Welcome back. Katrina Even is joining us for our Wildcat cooking segment. And this morning we're going to be making corn basil cakes. Pretty excited about this.
Absolutely. July is a great time for corn. There's an abundance of it. And so sometimes it's nice to just mix it up besides just eating it corn on the cob.
Okay. So how do we get started?
All right. Well, let's just start mixing together our ingredients. We're going to add some flour into the bowl. We're going to add a half cup of milk with that, and we're just going to start mixing here. So half cup of milk, we're going to crack 2 eggs in there.
Let me give you those.
Perfect. Here, I'll do these. If you want to grab some olive oil, we're going to add some of that in there.
Okay. And I noticed that you brought some extra virgin olive oil. Does it really matter with this one?
It doesn't. So the different types of olive oil really just kind of are the flavor. So we're going to do a tablespoon of that in there. Okay. And I can kind of mix for you here while you add it in. We're just kind of creating almost like a little bit of a dough here. If you want to also measure out, we're going to add some baking soda, and that's going to help give us a little bit of a leavening agent, so they're kind of nice and fluffy.
So this one uses 1/4 teaspoon of that.
And then some salt and pepper for flavor. And so this is kind of your pancake batter, if you will. And then we're just going to add in some corn, and you can do this in the summer. It's probably, I would use fresh corn that you just cut off the cob, but you can also use canned or frozen, kind of whatever you have on hand and whatever you like. And that's the nice thing about cooking, is it's usually pretty flexible.
How much corn does this take?
This is 2 cups of corn, and I'm going to go ahead and turn on our burner here so it starts warming up. We're going to mix this together. And we're also going to add a half cup of fresh basil here that I have in the bowl for you. And we're gonna spray our pan. So just kind of, stir that together, mix in some basil. Again, fresh basil is gonna be your best option. But of course you can use dried or whatever you have on hand to season it. And again, you can get kind of creative with this if you like, and change up the seasonings and the herbs and everything that you have in there.
Okay, so we've got this mixed up. Would this be a good time?
Do you want to add the basil in there for me?
Okay.
Just to stir it in. And perfect. All right, and we probably maybe should have turned this on a little bit earlier, but that's okay.
This might be a good time to...
we could look at our dressing if you want.
Yeah, let's get our dressing started, and then we're gonna go to break actually, and then put these together.
Perfect, absolutely. So if you want to grab that other bowl that we have over here.
I'll put that one in front
We're going to use a balsamic dressing on top today, so we'll need some of that balsamic vinegar, just about a 1/4 cup. I have a half cup here so we can estimate a little bit. Pour that in there.
Half of that.
Yep, perfect. And so it's just going to be about a 1/4 cup of balsamic, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, so 2 parts balsamic to 1 part olive oil, and then just some salt and a little bit of basil. Okay. So pretty simple dressing here. We'll stir that up.
How much salt do we need?
Perfect, just a 1/4 teaspoon, so same that you were doing before. It's nice when you can just only get a few things dirty, so I like those recipes a lot.
And then our basil.
Yep,
correct?
and so just do, now we're not going to do the whole thing of that one, let's just do about 2 of these.
Okay.
Perfect. And this is kind of nice if you can make it a few hours ahead of time. You let all the flavors sit together.
Okay, so we've got our dressing, and we've got our cakes, our mixture together. We're going to go to break, and we're going to start putting these together and then show you what they look like when we come back.
All right, perfect.
We'll be right back. Welcome back. Katrina Evening here with us, here to show us how to make the corn basil cakes with balsamic dressing. Earlier in the show, we put the ingredients together for the corn basil cakes. We've got them cooking right now with a couple of them finished.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And we also made this balsamic dressing. So
we did. Yeah, so
I'll let you go ahead and
I just kind of like to make my own dressing sometimes. Again, just to kind of, you can mix up the flavors and change it up. It's fresh and it's, I just like it a lot. So you're just going to drizzle this on top, and you can use as much or as little as you like. Some people like to maybe dip a little bit more. We also put up on the website an alternative dressing that's more of a kind of a ranch style with a non-fat Greek yogurt. So.
And you can find both of those on our website later this morning at koamtv.com. Yeah. We're about ready to flip those,
Absolutely.
I think.
So these are going to cook just for 45 seconds to maybe a minute on each side. Oop, these are getting a little bit dark. Probably depends on how warm your pan is. But again, I just really like these as an alternative. to some of those, you know, those potato salads and coleslaws and kind of the heavier sides that we have here in the summer. It's a fun way to use up those fresh veggies that you're getting at the farmer's market. And
would you call this like a breakfast dish or like something fun in the afternoon or evening?
I use it more as a side dish, but you could probably do it for breakfast if you wanted to.
I
eat everything for breakfast, so.
Well, we do. It's breakfast time for us, but we eat dinner at breakfast time.
So give it a try and see what you think.
Okay, as I try this, one thing that's, you know, getting underway right now is county fair season.
Absolutely. So we have all of the counties in the Wildcat district have fairs coming up here in the next week or two. I'm going to go ahead and turn these off and maybe.
You want to pop those on here too?
Yeah, throw them on the side just because I think they're getting cooked. So yeah. So anyway, all that information's up on our website as well, and we'd invite everyone to come out and join us for those fairs.
I've actually provided a link to this page on our website when you go to the recipe as well. You can check out quickly how to go to the county fairs and check out all the good food that they have there as well.
Absolutely. So what do you think of the corn cakes?
I'm taking a second bite because they're so good.
Awesome.
Super good.
Yeah. Have you ever made anything like this before?
No, actually no. And the balsamic dressing is like a really interesting touch to it. I wouldn't have guessed that you'd put that on this.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
It's good.
It's fun to kind of mix it up a little bit.
Yeah. So I'm excited to find out what you're going to make with us next month.
Absolutely.
All right, give us a tease.
So next month is August, and so we're going to be talking about back to school.
Perfect.
Easy breakfasts. Just because breakfast we know is really important for our students as they go back to school, and we also know that those mornings can be kind of hectic and hard to get everybody out of bed and moving in the morning sometimes. So we're going to talk about some easy things that we can do ahead of time. So grab on our way out the door.
Once again, thank you so much for coming in this morning.
You bet. Thank you.
We'll be